Well, hey everybody, it's 3 p.m. and it's time for dinner with Nanny Bubby. So I've got so much to tell you, so much to catch you up on, so much to discuss with you. So I'm so glad that we are all finding our way in and enjoying each other every afternoon at 3 p.m. So my refrigerator went out yesterday, and so my butter, hey there, Sue Ranish, my butter had come to room temperature as I was getting everything out of the refrigerator in the kitchen and moving everything out to the refrigerator out in the outdoor kitchen, the patio. And I decided just to go ahead and let that butter get to room temperature and become very creamy. And we would make maitre d' butter yesterday because I had I was very concerned about using meats or anything that had come from where everything had defrosted. So I was, throwing things away. I didn't have much left by the time you all got here at 3 o'clock yesterday. So we made butter. We made hotel maitre d' butter, which is what this is. It was very soft and very creamy, and I put it into the refrigerator, and you can see that it is as hard as a rock. Of course, it defrosts very easily. So what we did, just for those of you to remember, is we took this unsalted butter, we added the parsley, we added salt and pepper, and then we added acid. We added lemon juice, and that lemon juice actually helped, the fat. We added a little pepper, which was the heat, the salt, savory side of it. The fat definitely was already here, and we have beautiful, beautiful hotel butter. And what we would do with this is if we were having steaks tonight, we'd put them on the barbecue and grill them, and we would slice them up in little tiny, quarter-inch pads of butter that we would lay on top of our chops, our roasts, or even on top of our vegetables. It would be absolutely fantastic. So there is my fabulous hotel butter, and I'm going to stick it actually in the freezer because the refrigerator man did come today. And I'm back in business, which is really great. Sorry, I've got a whole bunch of family texts going on here. So I'm going to put this back in the freezer, and then I'm going to show you something else. So I know you can hear me. You can't actually see me, but you can hear me. My freezer is not frosting over, and that is a good sign. I keep peeking in there and looking to be sure that it's back in business, and it is. And so I have one other thing to show you before we start with today's recipe, and that is this zucchini. So this is not my cucumber. This is not my Armenian cucumber, but this is my zucchini, and I'm excited. I had one other zucchini come out of the garden. Hi, Brenda Mills. I waited all season to get a zucchini. I finally got one, and now this is the other. I did have trouble with the pollination, which means that just not enough bees got in there to pollinate the zucchini flowers or the zucchini blossoms, but this one did, and look at what I've got. So I'll probably be cooking this maybe tomorrow for everybody, not on Friday, because Friday I'll be at Channel 8, and I invite you to join me on Las Vegas Now, 8 News Now, or LV Now. I am going back into the studio at Channel 8 for the very first time since February of 2020. So I'm really excited to be back. So I can't do dual shows where I do a little with you and then I turn and do them live from my own kitchen, because I'm actually going in studio. So I'm very excited. So I'm going to hit this little number to see who else is here so I can say hello. I just see Sue and Brenda. So you have to type a little something so I know who is here. So if you're here, make sure you type a 1, give me a thumbs up, give me a little something, and we will continue on with today's recipe. So because I didn't have a refrigerator that was working and it hasn't come up to the proper temperature, and I certainly haven't gone shopping, what I decided to do yesterday is to soak a bunch of cashews and make a cashew cream, because it did not need to be refrigerated. And I thought that it could be just a really fun experiment where we do another flexible recipe. So we would do one recipe that is kind of sweet to put over fruit, another recipe, hey there, Sue. Yep, I see you. Thank you so much for saying hello. Thank you very much. So we're going to do one, and I brought out all these different oils and vinegar and different spices for us to actually, spices and all these different herbs. If I back you up a little bit here, you can see all the herbs that I brought to actually take the cashew cream and put it in these little, I'm thinking the charcuterie dishes. I use these on the charcuterie, but they're called ramekins, the little ramekin dishes here. And we can flavor each one of them. And we'll do what we did last week, which is everybody chimes in and gives us an opinion. And so with that, we'll get started. So what I did here is this is about, I don't know, 8 to 10 ounces of raw cashews. These are not roasted. They're not salted. They're just raw cashews. They have been covered for about 24 hours. I did stick them where it was cool in an ice box with the leftover ice that I had that was keeping everything cool. And I'm going to just pour them into this colander. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me turn this just a little bit more so you can just see this part of it. Hey, Tawny Bennett. Wait. Tawny Bennett. Why, I know everybody by their maiden name, so it's hard for me to say the married name, which I'm sure you haven't gone by your maiden name in years, but okay. So we're making cashew cream, and we're going to do a flexible recipe. Had a lot of announcements at the beginning of the show, which is my refrigerator is fixed. It was the ice maker that was dripping and leaking and causing everything to freeze up. So he replaced the ice maker. He had one on the truck, which was a blessing, right? And it's fixed. So I'm just waiting to make sure that the temperature all cools down and that it doesn't continue to frost over, and that will be great. All right, so we're going to turn this like this. There we go. And I'm going to step over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these cashews. This, again, we're making cashew cream. And we're going to do a flexible recipe together. Hey there, Maria and Hernan. Nice to have you here. Okay, so Maria Sanchez, and sometimes Hernan is with her. So there we go. Nice to have you guys here. All right, so we're putting the cashews in here, and then I've taken a pitcher of water so that you would be able to see this without me running back and forth to the faucet. And I'm just going to cover these cashews about an inch or so above the cashews because we're going to blend this. There we go. That's about it. And then I'm going to do a trick, which is this. Hold on just a minute. I am going to, let me grab one of these. Here's a trick to keep it from heating up. So I'm over here at the ice maker in my butler's pantry, and I have these ice cubes. And of course, once these warm up, they turn to water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these ice cubes and put them into the blending process, not to make it icy in any way, but just so that as we start to blend this, it does not heat up. So that's it. Cashews soaked overnight, then rinsed into the Vitamix or blender. Cover them with water about a half an inch to an inch more than they are sitting in there at ice so they don't heat up. And let's turn that on. There we go. And the key was probably to not have added as much water as I did. It should be thicker. But let's see how that looks. Okay. Well, I think it's a nice rich cream. So there you go. All right. If you can look inside, you can see how creamy it is. Now you're probably wondering, what do we do with cashew cream? And this is where everything comes nice and handy. So you can use cashew cream as a salad dressing. So it's a nice, rich salad dressing that is very, very creamy. So you think maybe there's sour cream in it or yogurt, but it's not. It's actually the cashew cream. So I'm going to put a little bit in this ramekin. And then I'm going to take this ramekin and put some more. Okay, and since this is a flexible recipe, let me set it there. Okay, so there's a little bit of rich cashew taste to this, which I really love. I'm going to take a drink of water though, because the creaminess of it actually kind of coats the tongue, just like when you eat anything creamy, and it's hard for me to talk with that. So let's start with thinking about how we would make a salad dressing with this. So, all right, let me tell you what I have. I have Mediterranean herb olive oil. I have fresh oregano olive oil, which I think this is the bomb. Let me smell this. Oh, it's just amazing. This is just incredible. I have fresh grapefruit olive oil. I think mixed with this strawberry mint vinegar probably would, keep this for something that we might want to put on fruit or something of that nature. So I think that as part of, I've got fresh lime olive oil. I have the vanilla and fig vinegar, which I think would be great for on top of fruit as well. So let's start with, well, I don't know, we're hitting all the notes, it feels to me, of what would be good with fruit. So let's just start there. I just am baffled by how much I'm drawn to doing something that might be a little sweet. So I think the first thing that we should do is let's see how many of you might suggest what I would do to put in here. So I have some fresh mint, which I think would be great, and I have the vanilla and fig. So any thoughts from any of you? This is for put us like a sauce that would go over fresh fruit, maybe even over on top of yogurt or on top of ice cream might be really, really good. So anybody have an idea of what to use? Anybody? Let's see. I think I'm going to start first with adding a little bit of strawberry mint. That just sounds really good to me. So this is oh my gosh. That is just beautiful. That is incredible. Okay. So I'm going to put in maybe like about a teaspoon into there. I'm going to use the whisk here to whisk it up. There we go. Now I have a bain-marie here so that I can taste as I go. I'm going to add just a little bit more. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do with this, you vote for vanilla and fig. Hey, Teresa, there you are. Okay, I'm going to put in a little bit of the vanilla and fig. I like that idea. I'm sorry, Teresa, I just didn't see, you didn't pop up, but I think a little bit of the vanilla and fig. Let me taste this. Hold on. I'll tell you how it is just with the strawberry and mint. Let's see. That really has given it great flavor. That has given it great flavor. Really, it has. Let's see. Hey there, vanilla strawberry mix. Yes, there we go. Hey, Frank, how are you? All right. Woo. Now, that recolors it. So, the strawberry and mint did not add any color to this, but as you put the vanilla and fig in, it almost gives it a milk chocolate look. And so if I add just a little more, well, this is really quite clever, honestly. So this would look really good drizzled over fruit, but as you can see, that's sort of taken on a milk chocolate look. So let's see how that changes. Do a little bain-marie and rinse this off here. There we go. I don't know how many of you heard that my refrigerator is back. That's amazing. That is really amazing. Um, that is just really quite lovely, I have to tell you. And I'm looking here at like the fresh apple, which I think might have really been good with the strawberry as well. Um, yeah, that's just wow. That's really good. So I think what we should do is take a little bit of this fresh mint. Let me just pull some leaves off here. Oh, I wish you guys were here so that you could taste this. It's really good. Any other ideas? So so Frank is saying hello. He's fine and thank you. And I'm just, while he's speaking and he's at top of mind, I want to remind you that uh, Frank is my guest, special guest tomorrow. It was he won during barbecue week. And hey, Stacy, how are you? And he is going to be making chicken alla pisano tomorrow. So join us for his winning role in the summer barbecue tournament. Hold on just a minute here. So, okay. So what I have here is this fresh mint. Let me take this to the side so that you can see it. I love the look of that. That's just unbelievable. And here we go. I'm just going to really mince this really tiny. Get this in there. Again, I had just the strawberry mint in there to start, and really just the strawberry mint on its own probably would have been fantastic, but the vanilla fig or the date and fig would be absolutely amazing. Just came on. What's delicious looking? Oh, it's cashew cream. You have to look at the very beginning, how we started it, how you'd make it. I was using cashews today because I was not sure if my refrigerator would be fixed, and I wanted to have something prepared for today if my refrigerator, and of course I wouldn't have time to get to the grocery and all the stuff that I threw away to actually replace all of it. So last night I got about, I think, 10-ounce packages of raw cashews. I soaked them in water overnight. I put them in an ice chest to keep them cool because sometimes room temperature nuts soaked in water can grow mold. I wanted to make sure that didn't happen. And we're just making cashew cream, and we're making different ways. So different, either savory or sweet cashew cream sauces to go over things. So this one is to go over fruit. And everybody chimed in. I showed them what I had available, and everybody said strawberry mint and vanilla fig. And we put both of those into the cashew cream. This kind of colored it and made it have this sort of milk chocolatey look, as you can see. And we also use the strawberry mint vinegars. These are the vinegars in here. And now I'm going to sprinkle in just a little bit of fresh mint into that. And let me mix that up. There we go. And now let me put this back in the bain-marie and wash it off. Okay, and let's just take a nice little taste of this. That's an absolute winner. That is an absolute winner. So all we did with the cashews is we put them into the Vitamix. We covered them with water. We put a little bit of ice cubes in it so that the cashews didn't turn out warm. And we blended it till it was creamy and smooth. And now we're adding flavorings to it. So I just need to take a little bit of a drink. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. So, okay. So that is, let me get the rest of the mint in there. That is our dressing for over fruit, over ice cream, maybe over yogurt. I think that my cashew cream is a little bit thinner than I had wanted it to be, and I could adjust that by putting in less water next time around, or when you do it, do less water. Okay, so how about salad dressing now? Let's talk about a creamy salad dressing. So again, the cashew cream is for those that are maybe dairy intolerant and you actually want to have a non-dairy dressing. So let's start with this again, the cashew cream. If you buy those packets of Hidden Valley Ranch dressing at the grocery store, you could literally use this instead of sour cream and buttermilk and put in the packet. Let's see, and is tart or sweet. So it is both. There is an essence of the sweet from the vanilla and fig, from the mint and the strawberry, and the fact that they're balsamic vinegars. There was a bit of tart, so it was tart and sweet all at the same time. So now we're moving on to savory for salad dressings, and this is the cashew cream again that I poured in here. And now let's decide. So I've got a few things that I brought. I think really that the balsamics actually do better rather than adding olive oil, but nonetheless, never fear. I have hatch chili balsamic vinegar. I have the Mediterranean herb olive oil. I have, this is the fresh oregano. Let's see what else I have. Oh, I have fresh grapefruit, which I think would be great for, I don't know what else we're maybe on top of vegetables, or maybe this should be on top of vegetables, and we'll do one for a salad dressing. I have fresh apple. That's fantastic. And then I have the fresh basil olive oil, and then I also have the fresh lime. So have at it, my friends. Let's get some arguments going, meaning I want this, I want that. So we're pretty sure that this is going to be salad dressing. I have the herbs from Chef Vincenzo, Love in a Tuscan Kitchen. I have basil, not basil, this is the parsley from the butter yesterday. And if you go back and watch the top of the episode, everybody, I showed the butter. Shall I show it to you again? Let me grab it. This is how the butter turned out. Doesn't that look great? And you can keep it in the freezer, which is now working because the refrigerator man came. So so there it is. It turned out beautiful, got nice and hard, and it worked out great. I also, at the beginning of the episode, showed the zucchini that I pulled out of the garden today, and I'm loving that, nice and beautiful and green. Okay, so let's see. Roseanne is saying, wow, that looks great. Oh, thank you. Okay, so this is for salad dressing. This is the cashew cream base. We're going savory. I have basil. I have thyme that I just pulled out of the garden. I have parsley. I have the Chef Vincenzo. I also brought out cinnamon. So in case we decided to make something sweet again and maybe add a little bit of the cinnamon to it. So have at it, my friends. What should we mix? Okay. Anybody? How should we start? What should we start with for salad dressing? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I'm still waiting. I was laughing last night because I thought that there was a song in the early 70s called The Refrigerator Man, and I was cleaning up from our dinner, and it dawned on me that the song was not The Refrigerator Man, but it was The Telephone Man. And so I don't know how many of you who were around in the 70s remember that song. Okay, Tawny Bennett, that's great. Let's start with the jalapeno oil, which I don't think I have. I have the hatch chili vinegar. How about that, Tawny? What do you think about that? Is that what you meant? I think probably it was. Just give me a thumbs up if you were thinking it was hatch chili. If not, I can go grab the jalapeno olive oil. I just didn't bring it out with me. I actually think this might be really, really good, the hatch chili with even the fresh grapefruit. So yeah, that's good. All right, ready everybody? So we're just kind of doing a flexible recipe today. I'm using cashew cream because I was really hoping to, I didn't want to not be here today. And okay, there we go. Get that on tight. And I needed to do something that was not refrigerated. Okay, ready? Let's mix this up. And okay, so this is just cashew cream. This is the perfect texture for a salad dressing. This is a great idea. Okay, let me grab this spoon. Okay. It's good. It's really good. And I think it needs, actually, I think this would need, if you were tasting it, it would need a little bit of salt. So when we were going sweet, we were okay. That as we got more savory, I think we need to add I think we need to add just a little bit more vinegar. Here we go. And we're going to need to add salt. Okay, so that's what I can tell you. So from there, we can actually add a little bit more flavor to this. So we're talking salad dressing here. Whoops. Let me mix this up. There we go. And let me tell you what I'm tasting. And then from there, you guys tell me. Go. Amazing. What a difference the salt makes. And may I just say, I really think that adding a little bit of pepper heat to this might be fantastic. Do you guys want to try that? Add a little bit of pepper. Let me grab the pepper. I mean, there's only one way for you guys to actually feel the taste, and that's for me to taste it with you. So imagine now, I mean, your taste buds can go on a journey with me, right? I mean, I think we all can. As we read recipes, our taste buds go on a journey, and then we know that that's something that we want to make. We can tell just with our imagination and the flavors. Okay, so remember yesterday when I made the maitre d' butter, there was something definitely missing in it. And when I added the salt and pepper, it changed everything. It was really fantastic. Okay, there we go. Hope nobody comes around the corner and slips over there. Okay, so let's taste this. Fantastic. Honestly, fantastic. So now, what would you like to put in this? Would you like to put some olive oil? I've got the fresh oregano, the fresh grapefruit, the fresh basil, the fresh lime, and I've got these herbs. So maybe even these herbs. So maybe not even those herbs, or maybe no herbs at all. So what would you like to put in here as far as oil goes? The fresh basil, the fresh oregano, or something maybe a little sweeter, which with the hatch chili might be great. So waiting for suggestions. Who's got this one? Who's going to jump in first? I love waiting to see what you guys kind of put together as a recipe. So as I'm waiting, what I was going to tell you is that I Googled, actually Lisa did last night, because I said, I think I found this, I remember the song now. It was the Telephone Man. It was not the Refrigerator Man. And she used to sing it all the time. And there's this voice where the singer actually goes, it was the telephone man. And she does this whole like deep voice thing. And I mean, Lisa will kill me for telling you this, but Lisa used to walk around singing it with that really deep voice going, the telephone. Anyway, so we looked it up last night and we found it. And so I thought maybe if you guys are all thumbs up for that, I would play it for you at the end. So I think you'll get it. It'd be a funny way to end the show. Okay, Frank, there is no chili olive oil. So I'm going with Jennifer, which is fresh grapefruit. Okay? All right. And then maybe a little bit of time. Okay, fresh grapefruit going in. Going with Jennifer's suggestion. I'll tell you, I want you to see this because this is what happens. I'm hoping you can see this. As you drizzle, can you see what happened there? As you drizzle that olive oil in, you can still see it. And this would be a great, if we make a dipping sauce, which I suggest that's what we do next, is do a dipping sauce after we do this dressing. So, and then as you put the dipping sauce out for like a side dish with your vegetables, then you could drizzle the oil over the top and it just holds beautifully. Look at that on top of the cashew cream. So, all right, ready? Let's just mix that in. So the oil itself does not blend as easily as the vinegar did, just FYI, but it did absorb. Okay, so now I really should have brought vegetables to this little sitting, right? Okay, let me rinse this or get a few of these back into the bain marie here. Where's the other one? Let me get the sizzle stick back in there. Okay, there we go. All right. That is a fantastic salad dressing. Honestly, that is the bomb. Truly, this is delish. Absolutely delish. The salt and pepper really made it. It's absolutely fantastic. I think, honestly, if we were to take just a little bit of thyme leaves, let's try that because I pulled them, and this is a uh, lemon thyme. I don't think it needs to be minced up. It's very small leaves. There we go. I'm just going to take it, mix it up, and there we go. All ready to throw in the salad tonight. This is going to be fantastic. So we have something sweet to go over fruit. We use the strawberry and mint. We use the vanilla and fig. Frank said, I'm sorry, I thought you had hatch chili oil. No, I'm sorry, I had the hatch chili vinegar. And we'd already put it in. We already put it in, Frank. No worries. Okay. So next thing, let's make a dipping sauce. Let's say we're putting out a charcuterie board with vegetables on it and some meat on the side. And we've got, you're going to pour some of this. What I like about the cashew cream is after you blend it, it stays creamy. It doesn't separate. So let's put this in here. There we go. Okay. And now the floor is yours. How shall we start? This is a dipping sauce for vegetables. What are you guys thinking? Again, I've got fresh grapefruit. We just use that, so we'll ignore that. But I have fresh apple. I have fresh lime, olive oil. These are vegetables, though. Fresh oregano, olive oil. Fresh basil, olive oil. I have fresh basil right here that we could put in. I have the parsley, salt and pepper, and I have these herbs. So what is your thought, everybody? How should we start with this? Any thoughts? Do I need to go over them again? Fresh basil, fresh oregano, fresh apple, fresh lime. I think the vinegars do really, really well. Do you want me to see what other vinegars I've got? Let me check on that. I know you can hear me because I have my AirPods in, but I've got fresh pomegranate and honey and hatch chili. So that's it, actually. Fresh pomegranate and the honey. So any thoughts, anybody? 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 Let's try the fresh pomegranate, I guess, unless somebody had something for me. Anybody have something? I'm waiting. Again, this is for a dipping sauce. Okay. I think that smells really good. I'm going to just drizzle in a little bit of the fresh pomegranate. Oh, I'm so worried someone's, oh, lemon would be drizzled over fish. That would be great, yes. And we do have lemon olive oil. That's awesome. Or you could squeeze lemon juice in this. That would be awesome, Brenda. That's a great one. So I put pomegranate in this. And I'll tell you, I think for an olive oil, I might actually try the fresh oregano because I have the honey. Okay, let me go with the honey. Okay, Frank, I got you here before I put the oil in. The honey will actually, if it gets too savory, will soften it. So there we go with the honey. Okay, let's give that a taste. So I think what will make this really, really good. Okay, let's see what that tastes like, shall we? Okay. That's really, really good, but it does need salt. Before I go ahead and put any salt in there, what I am going to do is I want to add, and again, I'm going to add this towards the end, but I do want you to see this. I'm adding the fresh oregano olive oil, which will drizzle on top. So this time we'll mix it in, but when I finish it, I'm going to finish it with the with the olive oil. But I do want you to see this. I think what I'm going to do, these are my oregano dried leaves. So I'm drying oregano for the holidays. So I give them as little gifts. And so there we go. And just, of course, you know that when you take oregano and rub them together like this, it brings out the oil, and we'll make some kind of a nice powder, which I think in this instance right here, oh, it smells so good. It actually will thicken this up a little bit. Here we go. Okay. And now I am going to throw in the salt. Go. And a little bit of the pepper. There we go. And this, I think, is going to be a great dipping sauce. Let's get a fresh spoon. Fantastic. Fantastic. Absolutely delicious. I'm going to just take some of the fresh oregano olive oil and just drizzle it on top. And this would make for a really fabulous dipping sauce. It could be a little thicker, actually, but I put a little too much water. And there you can see. And that's it. So these are our three sauces. We've got our dipping sauce for vegetables. We've got our salad dressing. We have our great dressing, sweet dressing to put over yogurts, ice cream. The vanilla and fig vinegar is just absolutely fantastic. And so that's it. I just want to remind you that tomorrow Frank is going to be here cooking chicken alla Pisano. He'll tell us about the recipe. He won the right to cook with me on the show through our summer barbecue tournament, which is very exciting. And I am going to I want to just make a shout out to Frank right now. So Frank, using the link I sent you for the Zoom call yesterday, are you able to come on around 10 a.m. tomorrow? And we'll check the link and make sure you're all hooked up so that you don't have to panic when it gets close to showtime. So Frank, if you can give me a thumbs up on the 10 a.m. for tomorrow morning for us to connect on the link just to test it tomorrow before showtime, that would be great. I don't want to wait until we're too close to showtime because it got very stressful there at the last minute. So no reason to stress. Let's just test our equipment and then all will be well. So while I'm waiting for a thumbs up from Frank, I am going to, if you all want to have a laugh, you all made so many amazing, hilarious comments about yesterday. About yesterday and the refrigerator man, but I did find the telephone man, and I'm going to hold it up to the phone. Well, actually, I have to hold it close to me, but it's a great way to end the show. It's a 2-minute video, so if you pop off before it's done, I understand, but it's quite hilarious. I don't know if you'll be able to see the video, but if you can, great, and if you can't, I can't do anything about it. So if you're ready, let's go. I rented my apartment on a Monday at 1. That was Mary Wilson. I know somebody asked for her name. So that was Mary Wilson. She spells her name Meri, Mary Wilson. And that phone, right? Like how many of us remember that phone? I actually, when I was 16, I got a phone for my birthday and my own telephone line. And that was the phone that I got. So I had one of those phones in my bedroom. And I mean, if we all think back to this was early 1970s, I think it was 1972 that song came out, and it shot like a bullet right to number one, and it was so hilarious. But think about how we all used to have to sit around and wait for the telephone man to come to the house, and what time would they be there? Between 8 and 5. I mean, I was like going crazy today waiting for the refrigerator man. So anyway, I thought that would be so fun to play for you guys today, just kind of a walk down memory lane. And the fact that she did it with that phone, I think is so hilarious, because that's a walk down memory lane. And not to mention that in 1972, I think it shot to number one as a bullet because the whole song is totally suggestive, which doesn't even sound suggestive today. This was before Madonna wore her bra on the outside of her clothes, right? So anyway, that's it for me, everybody. I appreciate your patience while I had no stove. Tomorrow, Frank will be here, chicken alla paisano. Frank, I emailed you the link to your email, so check your email if it's not there, but you're going to have to email me back. I emailed it to you, and if I need to DM it to you, Frank, I will, but I did send it out to you yesterday. So join Frank tomorrow. Harmony will be here. Yay! Harmony will be here on with a cute little emoji telephone booth, British telephone booth. Harmony will be here on Thursday. We're making a sashimi bowl or a sashimi salad. My refrigerator is working. I had a great refrigerator man here today, and he helped me. He even defrosted it and ran water over my racks and put them all back in for me. So he was awesome. So it was a great day for me today. I thank you all for joining me. On the count of three, Frank, do get back to me. Check your emails. On the count of three, 1, 2, 3, go out and spread love like butter. Thanks for joining, everybody. Love you.